Everyone is talking about the Clarity Act. Everyone is talking about BlackRock putting in $500 million into Bitcoin's ETF, and everyone is saying BTC is ready to skyrocket. Now, short term, I don't think that's what's going to happen right now. And here's what nobody is actually talking about. The Fear and Greed Index is sitting at 31 right now. That is fearful. And from the all-time highs we've had to where we are right now, we are sitting at 37% below the all-time high. And from a pure price perspective, this move is likely exactly like a relief rally. I'm still targeting 60K and the possibility of BTC coming into 50K. And in this video, what I'm going to be explaining to you is exactly why, and also show you the scenarios that would make me change my mind completely. Now, let's start off on the weekly time frame. Now, breaking this down in further details, we can see the move to the downside. We can see the move up. Price swept liquidity, comes into the fair value gap, an aggressive move back down. Now, when we get that aggressive move back down, where do we actually tap into? We swept this liquidity down here. We came into, if I just zoom right back out, we came into, if we put on a fib from these lows to these highs down here, we tapped into the 78.6% level. Fantastic. This is a great sign for us. Now, going on the monthly time frame, if we put the fib in from these lows to these highs down here, price hasn't yet tapped into the 61.8, and that's sitting at 57,800. Now, we can move down. We can tap into that level. And within this region of 50, 60K, we've got this liquidity resting down here as well. So similarly, how we had this liquidity resting down here, price moves up, we get the move back down, we get the relief rally, price continues moving down, sweeps that liquidity. That relief rally is a possibility of what we have down here right now. Now, when we get the move down, there's two scenarios. Scenario number one is that it's going to be an aggressive move to the downside, almost as if we're going to get a black swan event. Something bad's going to happen, something negative is going to happen. Black swan event sweeps out the liquidity down here, and then we'll get a move back up. That's possibility number one. Now, possibility number two is that we just trickle down kind of until the end of the year, and then we'll get the move back up in 2027. Those are the two possibilities that I'm seeing to the downside right now. Now, coming back on the weekly time frame, what we can see right now is price has come into the 50% of this dealing range high to this dealing range low. We're in the premium side of this dealing range. On top of that, we haven't yet tapped into this fib level down here. Price hasn't yet tapped into the 61.8. So there's possibility we can do that. And on top of that, we actually have tapped into the 50%. So the mid-range of this fair value gap. That's a good sign for us. What happens after that? We've completely rejected it with this weekly candle. The weekly candle hasn't yet closed, but if we do get this bearish engulfing weekly candle, there's a possibility we will move down from here. Now, having said that, I've given you my scenarios to the downside. What are my scenarios to the upside? Now, the scenarios to the upside all depend on the weekly time frame and how the weekly closes. Because if we do close as a weekly, as a bearish engulfing down here, closing below the regions of, let's just say, 78,500, we can move down from here. And if we move down from here, price may come into a key area for us to bounce off, which I'll show you in a second on the daily. And we can move up and tap above this region down here at 82,700 and higher, coming deeper into this OTE level between the regions of 83,000 to 90,000 basically. And I will still be looking for short opportunities on the way down. Now, daily time frame, where can we see that bounce or that reversal? Well, we're kind of in that region right now. If I put in this fair value gap, we've tapped into this fair value gap. So there is a possibility we can bounce from here. Prices swept this liquidity. We've created a break of market structure. We've also swept this liquidity. We have a failure swing point down here. Price comes down, taps into this fair value gap down here. Now, I do want to see price come a bit lower. Let's put on our fib from this low to this high. We've tapped into this 61.8. What a clean tap as well. because we've closed above it. Now, what I'd like to see is price come into the midpoint of this fair value gap. Call it 77,250. That's where I'm looking. I'll be looking for long opportunities. Now, even if we don't get that, what I might want to see then is lower time frame reversal, and I will look for long to the upside. Again, I am looking for long around these regions, short term, for the possibility that price will come and take out these highs down here and come within the regions of 90,000 to 83,000. That's what I'm expecting. And as we do move up from there, I will look for a short between those regions as well. Now, coming on the 4-hour time frame, I am currently in a short right now, which I called to my students live on a call that I had with my students. Now, if you want to be involved on these calls, if you want to have one-to-one mentorship with me, reach out on X to me and I will give you more details about this. But I called this, and most of my students are also in this currently right now. Now, I'm going to break this down in another video for you guys, but this is a very nice short that I'm in right now, and I've already taken profit at target 1, and we're possibly going to see a bounce back from here with another move lower as a scalp position. This was one of my scalp position shorts that I've taken to the downside. Now, for our time frame, what we can see is price is creating bearish order flow, failure swing high, failed to take out these highs down here. We are in bearish order flow. However, I'm not convinced that we're going to continue moving down until we've taken out these lows down here, which is a swing low at 74,800. Those are the areas that I'm looking at. And if we get a strong close below down here, I will be looking for further shorts to the downside and the possibility of BTC coming into the regions of 50 and 60K. So to be very clear, I am not ignoring the Clarity Act. I'm not ignoring the ETFs inflow. These are all real, but I trade price action. And price action right now is telling me that this is a relief rally in a bearish market right now. So 83K is possible before the drop. 90K is also possible before the drop, but the drop is coming at 60K and 50K. And as we move down to those levels, I will be dollar cost averaging. Now, if I am wrong, I will tell you. I will go on the record every single week on this channel, whether I'm right or wrong, and I'll give you my views. And I've given you any invalidation levels already, with the possibility that if we do get invalidated and price on the weekly time frame continues to close above 83,000, above 90K, we will move to the upside, and then I will reevaluate my position. I'll be back with a full recap next week. Subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss anything else. See you in the next one.